Hello and good afternoon tea. This is also a reading vlog, Draconathon vlog. If you don't know what Draconathon is, it is a dragon-based reading vlog that me and Soleil at By Soleil Celine host. I'm going to be doing kind of a month-long one because I know it's going to be a little bit scattered, a little bit here and there, but I want to get the majority of what I get done. And the reason why it's afternoon is because if you haven't watched my writing vlog, you'll see that all mornings I'm actually writing my book. So in the mornings I'm writing, and then in the afternoons to evenings I'm reading, enjoying my life, going about my day. So I've already got my writing done and I'm feeling really good about it, but that's not what this vlog is. So let's talk about the dragon books I am reading this month. First, the book Soleil and I are reading on Fable along with some of you is To Shape a Dragon's Breath. This is an indigenous dragon story taking place at a colonizer dragon academy, and I just started it. It's stunning from page 1. I love how the dragons are described. I'm really excited for the world building. I'm getting a sense of it, but it's very much so alternative history, but still really rich and like its own history. Not far enough to give like any definitives. It might all go downhill from here, but so far so good. I'm loving the narrator. I think she fits and enriches the story actually a lot. I ended up looking her up because I liked her so much. Her name is Charlie Fleet or Flight, and she is Lakota Mohawk from Utah and is also indigenous. Also, I'm having berries tea, if anyone's curious. We got it in Ireland and I absolutely love it. It is a standard in our house. I'm also reading The Last Fee Hunter or Fee Hunter. It's a Thai-inspired demonic draconic story. There are draconic entities, and this is one of the reasons why we did make this Draconathon and not Dragonathon, is because we want draconic creatures. We're opening it up to the broad scope of dragons within different heritages, cultures, how they are described, how they have been explained in storytelling. So sometimes they're guardians, sometimes they're demons. It really can flow, okay? Chill if you don't think The Last Fee Hunter is a dragon book, but I've also been told there's a naga in it, which is definitely a type of dragon, and it's, I think, a forest or water guardian. I haven't gotten that far though. But so far in The Last Fee Hunter, I'm really enjoying the narrative. The main character is very funny, but I am noticing that I'm gravitating more towards To Shape a Dragon's Breath. So I think I'll make that my main book and main focus first. And then for sprints and downtime, we have a lot of summer storms coming up. So for like nice stormy nights, I'm going to be reading The Shadow of the Gods. That's by John Gwynne. It's a reread for me. If you haven't watched my TBR, I go into it more, but the point is I'm also reading that. And then I have a poetry collection that I'm going to be reading as well. I don't know when I'll fit that in. It'll just happen at some point. For the other prompts, today, this leads me into what I'm doing for the rest of my day. Either today or tomorrow, which would flip my writing schedule, but I'm gonna make it happen. I have to go to IKEA to pick up a new bookshelf. Very stoked for it. I'm not saying we ended up with this prompt so that I could get a bookshelf. I'm just gonna say it was very well timed and very well planned. Dragon's Den is one of our prompts, and it's to like reorganize or clean up or add to or unhaul things from your bookshelf, and I finally get to get my new bookshelf. We went earlier and we tried to order one, but they were out, so we're going back, and this time we know that they're in stock. I did decide to cut dragon fruit from, that's a book by the way, sorry. I did decide to cut dragon fruit from my TBR. I'm hooked into these other books, and dragon fruit was a library book, and I felt really bad keeping it, holding on to it just to see if I got to it at the end of the month when I already am feeling much more attached to these other books. There was someone waiting in line for it, so I went ahead and skipped myself and put myself back in line so that maybe I can read it next month or something like that. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to IKEA and then I'll check back in, and we're just gonna have a really nice August is what I'm hoping for. Lo and behold, we got lost. We did it, we made it out alive. Okay, we're back from IKEA. Well, it's next day, so definitely back from IKEA. It was crazy. I don't know how much footage I got. It was like, it was chaotic. I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of footage anyway. It was crowded. The meatballs were good though. Oh, you're dying? Me too, but like really, I don't want to change my battery out. Actually, I just want to sit here because my partner just got my bookshelf up, so I took all of the books off my shelf and collected them all. So they're all just sitting on the ground. I've been trying to organize them, but it's a disaster. I'm just going to have to put them on the shelves and kind of like mess about with them to figure out where they go. I also have some trinkets in the corner I want to add. Yeah, I have a long process ahead of me, and your battery dying is really getting in the way of that. I'm gonna take a beat, let you charge, and then I'll take on this Herculean task. Okay, you have been charged, and I'm doing a better job of kind of showing the piles that I have here. They're sort of organized in the basic idea of where I want them, but it kind of also just depends if there's space for it. Up here, we've already mounted the projector. It's attached, perfect. It goes on this wall, right below the tent really well, so psyched about that. I just put the vines along here. I'd like more of these, but I don't know what I'm doing with this wall yet. This is my old map that I like made for myself. I'd love if I could have like, I don't know, like a mini poster of like the Solstice Court here, and then the map that is in my book here. That would be kind of cool. I might just get more of the vines and stuff like that. I am going to work on putting all of these books into my bookshelves. I think that they're all going to fit. I don't know. Pulling all the books out of the nooks and crannies, I became less confident, and I really need all of my books to fit on these bookshelves with space to buy more. We'll see. Ugh, the Hobbit's over there too, like the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I have some books up there that I didn't notice before. Top shelf done. It did help to organize a little bit beforehand. First, I went a little bit by genre, and obviously this will change based off of how you organize your bookshelves. Organizing it kind of in piles, both by genre and then also by size, helped me. So I kind of tried to find books that were around the same size and within the same genre and kind of piled them on. So it was kind of just reordering to see which ones I wanted to show off, which I went with Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor and my book, The Solstice Court. I will do a like close-up of this later because I cannot explain my process to you right now. I have absolutely no idea. This is nonsense. Couldn't tell ya. Don't know myself. It might still change. I might still mess with it a bit. A quick lunch break. We went to this new restaurant that opened up like right down the street from us. It is so pretty and cute. I took some clips, so you probably have already seen it, but is it not pretty and cute? The food was delicious too. I mean, it's like right down the street from us. I had to do a costume change because it was too hot outside. I'm also tired and I'm hot, but I want to get this done today. 2 more shelves to go, and then I'm done. It'll be ready. The books I have left, I'm just not as sure about. They're kind of a mixed mash. The top row was easiest because they're all of my favorite books. Next set, it was just like my fantasy that I really, really like and that are pretty. This actually was something I really liked how this turned out. At first I had all of my special editions that have sprayed edges out, but I decided to just do the ones that have like a really intricate design. I liked how the geometric shapes on these kind of blended in, and then the 2 with the creatures on it looked really good together. I didn't have a vision for it. Now I have some contemporary, some books I haven't read, some like old favorites, sci-fi, sequels without their counterparts. What's left is a little bit of mess, and I'm a little stressed about it. I have Bookshops and Bone Dust, but I don't have Legends and Lattes because it was my friend's copy. I have the entire Illumine, Gemina, and Obsidio trilogy. I read these such a long time ago. I love them, but I also don't know if I still love them. Like, I have not reread these. I never know where to put them. I like them, but I never think about them. I never talk about them. I really enjoyed them, but it felt like a precursor to how I feel about the Scythe series. Like, the Scythe series is like my next level sci-fi dystopian. Anyway, I never know where to put these. They're really huge. They're cumbersome. And I don't think they look good without the covers, but also they're very slippery. Oh, this is a good duology. It's like pirate fantasy. The new one just came out, so now this is not a duology. This is no longer finished. Gods of Jade and Shadow, fantastic Sylvia Moreno Garcia book. This is a standalone, and so is When Women Were Dragons, but I was kind of thinking I could put When Women Were Dragons over here with more of my like classic dragon fantasy. Anne McFay, Seraphina, and Earthsea, but I don't know yet. Because right now I have Redemptor over there because my friend's borrowing Raybearer. So that set isn't complete right now, but it will be. But I don't know where I'm going to put Raybearer when she comes back. A Darker Shade of Magic and a Gathering of Shadows, but I don't have the third one. I want room for it though. I don't know. Another standalone. Okay, this is a standalone, this is a standalone. Oh, but they're both Sylvia Moreno Garcia. A Study in Drowning, which I want to pick up really soon. I think this is more like Dark Academia though. Daughters of Henri has a sequel, but I don't have it. Nevernight was gifted to me. I don't know when I'll read this, if I'll read this, if it's good, if I'll continue. Don't know how much room I should be making on my shelves for it. I don't even know where I should place it. Is it Dark Academia? I don't know. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Currently reading this. Still want to have a place to put it after I'm done. I'm using my cute little leaf bookmark. It looks so adorable in there. Even when I'm finished, I don't want to take it out. Don't have Ninth House. This is the wrong copy of We Free the Stars, so I don't have that on my shelves. I have We Hunt the Flame, but not We Free the Stars. I want it in hardcover. I have it in paperback. I feel bad donating it because someone would just be walking in to the second half of a duology not knowing what was going on. I'm hoping that someone asks to borrow We Hunt the Flame. I let them borrow it. They enjoy it. They love it. I give them this. I don't ever take it back. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to trap somebody into owning this book. Oh crap, Mr. Impossible was supposed to go up with Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know. I don't even want to put you up with my favorites, so you can't go with the rest of the Stiefvaters. I'm going to come back to you soon. We're going to do B-roll, and that means that I just started throwing things up and seeing what stuck. I came up with the plan that I'm going to go with. I'm going to stick all of these books in a pile, and I'm going to have the Crescent series book facing that way, so I'm just like, oh look, it's a book, but nobody asked me my opinion about it. And then I have the Solstice Court, which I'm always happy to talk about, We Free the Stars, Golden Sun, whatever this creepy ass little book is, and then my library book on top so that I remember. And I just need to make this shelf look a little bit prettier, maybe add some trinkets. Oh my god, all of the Lord of the Ring books are over there. Okay, I think I solved it. I piled them up here, and then I piled these up here, so it kind of looks nice, like it's intentional. And then I put the Lord of the Rings books, I just stuck them in a pile up by the projector. Okay, let's add trinkets. I just knocked them all over. Okay, trinket-wise, I have little tiny miniature books, which I plan on stacking on top of books. Most of them are empty. One of them has money, which I won't show you which one. If you fly all the way to Japan, break into my house, you will have to at least open all of these to figure out which one has my money in it. Most of these are all gacha, which is like little coin-operated toy machines that are really all throughout Japan. But yeah, it has a little cord. It's very cute. Highly detailed for what it is. I have sensu beans from Dragon Ball Z with actual like beans inside. A little grasshopper. He's a little bunny with antlers, along with a globe, and he spins. Little bit of amethyst, an origami dragon. So I'm gonna put these, I think, mostly on the top shelf area. I have a lot of trinkets already on this side. I have like notes from friends, a little Totoro. If you look very closely, these are all like the vintage old bronze Pokemon toys. A monkey with buck teeth. I don't know. My friend made me this unicorn a long time ago for my birthday. It's adorable. I love her. It's from the last unicorn specifically. This is a cat who kind of looks like a mob boss or a magician asking for money. Dragon's egg, Draconathon plaque, which I will be having Draconathon merch down in the links. Dragon, like if you're a book dragon, you collect a lot of books. You know, you've loved fantasy in general. This is such a cool design. My friend Shelby made it and we used it for Draconathon, but you can also just get like book dragon stuff. So like this is my pillow and stuff like that. have. I'll put it in the comments in case you're interested because it's really great stuff and you support a small artist. Frog just living his best life, and then this area is super blank, so let's trinket it up. So quick update, we are waiting for the fireworks to get started for the Tanabata festival that's happening, so it's not quite dark enough yet, and we've been out and about at the festival, so coming back in, kind of relaxing, decompressing. I've been listening too to Shape a Dragon's Breath. This has been fitting really nicely because it does take place at an academy. The academy itself is not cozy, don't get me wrong, it's a colonizer dragon academy, but it does have those academy vibes where you're in a dorm room. It does have that, and I am absolutely loving the story itself. I am 30% of the way through this book and I'm loving it. I mean, like I said, from page 1, it was already visually beautiful. Now I really feel like I know Anarchus, the main character. She has been standing up for herself. She's shown a really strong personality and willfulness. She's been correcting people. I really like how she goes about correcting people too. Like, she's just straightforward. This is a dragon rider. While she's still young, she's very sure of herself, and the areas where she needs to learn and grow, she's doing that. I adore her. I love her. It's been really challenging in some parts having her be at this academy because there is obviously bigotry and racism, but there's a lot of found family aspects that are really lovely as well, and having Anarchus say the things you want her to say out loud is really satisfying. There's some characters in here who I absolutely loathe, but it's not a black and white story, and I really think that this author has balanced that out quite nicely, where some people are learning, some people you don't agree with their exact actions, but do understand them, and you think that they're coming from an altruistic place. They make sense. They don't feel empty. They feel like they have their own motivations and their own backstories and what's driving them, and it makes them compelling. There's characters where one moment I'll really like them and the next I'll be really frustrated with them, and I'll get Anarchus being really frustrated with someone and maybe I am less frustrated with them. I also think that it's really nice to have a main character go into this different world, like the, you know, the upside down world of storytelling, instead of embracing it and just falling in love with it. She's really proud of her culture and her heritage and where she's come from. She's not bought in to the high society and all of that. It's really nice and it's really refreshing, and I love how she just deals with the different situations, and her snark just really comes through, and it's been really nice to also see that balanced out with her brother, which I won't get into spoilers, but her brother lives in the city and very much so embraces the city. He sees positive aspects. He's not bought into any of the colonizer aspects either. He just sees the potential of growth and knowledge, and they're both there in situations and they're both reacting in different ways, but I understand both of them, and it's just such a nice, good book with really uncomfortable and challenging moments. It's somehow cozy in the fact that I am always looking forward to picking this book up. I don't think there's ever been once where I'm like, oh, I should pick that up. It's just like me picking it up immediately. Like, we had some downtime before the festival was over, and I snuggled right in and was like, oh, cool, I get to read more of this book. I get to be in this world. It's not high intensity, high action, but the stakes do feel like they have gravitas to them, and you're just kind of getting to see Anarchus's perspective in this world as she learns to shape a dragon's breath, which is kind of a really complex, in-depth magic system that doesn't feel overwhelming. I feel like the author knows very well how this magic system works, and you can decide how much you take away from it. I'm just really excited to continue. I'm not even at the 50% mark, which is usually when there's something that happens and I just want everyone to be okay in a colonizer dragon book. So I'm gonna go and read more with unrealistic expectations, and then I'm gonna catch some fireworks, and I will catch you later.
Oh my god, Yuri!
I don't know, it's like a Wednesday. It doesn't really matter because I don't think I've been keeping up on which days are which anyway. It's the summer. Monday, Wednesday, nothing matters. If you can't tell, I had kind of a weird crap day today. Nothing in particular like happened to make me this way. It's mostly like publishing and book related, which I won't get into too much. It wasn't something that was an obstacle in my way that I could fix. I'm having trouble with myself, which I'm so great at talking about, but like I just am having a lot of second guessing, imposter syndrome, that kind of stuff where it's a lot more severe than I was expecting it to be, and it's a lot more frequent than I would want it to be. It's nobody's reviews or anything like that. It's all within me, but in like the negatives. It's stuff that I'm dealing with and that's trudging up in my second guessing and my negative thoughts. I left work early. So yeah, I should probably start there. I scooted out of work early, I took a walk, and I kind of gave myself some affirmations, talked myself through where I am, what I'm doing, and reframed how I was feeling entirely, because it's crazy. The thing that was making me feel bad was my accomplishments. The fact that I'm about to publish a book was making me feel like, no, you're not. Or if you are publishing a book, that means you've done something wrong because you aren't capable of it. I don't know. It was dark. It was yucky. I am feeling better now. I'm in a better place. I talked to Yumi and Cheyenne, my friend, editor, and cartographer, a little bit about it, and it really did help. And I know that this is normal and it happens, but it happened today. Made myself some more berries tea, and then I was thinking about what I wanted to do with the rest of my evening. Then I thought of the poetry collection that I have by Kayla Kempers. And if you don't know Kayla Kempers, I highly suggest her. She's also on YouTube, and she has such grounded, thoughtful videos, and the way she speaks and talks, you know that would radiate through her writing. That is the perfect thing to read right now, because she is a writer, an author. She is a self-published author, and putting her work into poetry seems so vulnerable and so intensely brave. I was like, this is the perfect time to read this. So I'm going to go ahead and read The Stories That Told Me, but it's mostly about growing up and nostalgia, and I don't know what else because I haven't read it yet, but I think that I'm just gonna sit back, drink my tea, and read some poetry for the rest of the day and call that a reset. I'm hoping I feel better afterwards, but I'll check back in. Sorry, I know it was a bit of a downer, but had to be real. It was a weird day. No, that was really, really fucking good. Oh, I'm having an off day, guys. Yeah, okay, Stories That Told Me. I normally don't rate poetry because I just feel like it is such a pure form of art, but I do want to rate this to like support her. I'm gonna give it 5 stars for sure. The third act, it split up into 3s. The third act was really strong. Like it built on itself. Like you can tell this is like someone, it felt like a diary. It felt like someone's internal thoughts, but they were also applicable to the reader as well as the person. You were connecting with someone. It was really nice. There were quite a few that I saved. The Warrior was a really good one. One of them was like exactly what I needed, to the point of where I'm like, I'm so glad I saved this for today. Labeled For You. I'm gonna go ahead and butcher this poetry for you. Your art is not for you. It's for the world. No matter how much you needed to create it at the time, there will always be someone else who needs it desperately in all of its imperfect glory, more than you ever did. It will never be perfect or complete or world changing before it's released. Let it go. They need it.
I need it. It was just so nice. You could tell it was like a reflection of her aging and growing and like where her mindset was in each of these moments in her life without needing to know all of the details. It didn't need to be a story. You were able to understand where she was coming from. And yeah, no, it was all just, it was really, really nice and really good. And it made me super nostalgic. I know I'm wearing a Powerpuff Girls shirt, but I think I'm actually gonna watch some like Saturday morning cartoons. There's an app called Pluto or Pluto Plus, I don't know. It's pretty much just, sorry you briefly died. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it pretty much just emulates cable TV. Old style, it even has like a TV guide and like different channels like Cartoon Network and stuff like that. And there's like a channel for 90s kids, which I am. I am an ailing 90s child. I think that's what I need right now. If you like poetry or if you just like want something nice to read, I really highly recommend Kaylee Kemper's book. I'll link it down below. It also did work for Draconathon. It had a dragon mention. I'm calling it a night. Okay, update. I am giving To Shape a Dragon's Breath 5 stars. Lots of people have given it 4s. I loved this book. I felt that it was such an important book and it was executed so well. It did everything I think it set out to do. It subverted my expectations. I didn't know what was going to be happening next, but it didn't do it by just shock factor. This story is not overly dramatic. It's not overly action-packed. It is subtle in what it's doing and it just does it so well. I love the connection with the dragons. The dragons were a really good representation of how there was so much pent-up emotions and energy. There was a lot of really good representation in here. There was disability representation. There were people from different backgrounds and experiences. I just picked it up every single day, every single night. Anytime I could, I was reading this book. It did put me behind on all of my other books, but I am leaving this book with no regrets. It's 5 stars. I'm glad I spent all my time and energy on it. I wouldn't go into it expecting rebellion in like the large scale sense. This is not rebellion on the macro level. This is rebellion within an individual, the respect she has for herself and the respect that she expects to receive. It was just really powerful and really good. While it is a debut, I think that it should and could get a sequel. It definitely left it to have a continuation and the characters very much so had more to explore, but it also wrapped it up nicely. I can see how someone would maybe say that the ending wasn't as climactic as what the buildup is, but that's because I think that there is a larger story to tell here and the author very much so wants to tell it. A little bit of publishing background, if that's not something you're familiar with. A lot of debut authors or authors that are going to be starting a series need to finish off their first book with a kind of a rounded end. There's the opportunity to continue if it gets enough publicity, engagement, all of that stuff, but if the publishers don't think that it's going to thrive as a series or that they don't want to pay for it, it can just be solidified and will still have the satisfaction of an ending. I really hope that's not the case. I really want this to just be turned into a series. I want more time with Anarchus. I want to see these dragons do dragon shit and I want to see this world change. I want more. Please give me more. Pick up this book or put it on your TBR, talk about it. I don't know. I'm feeling incredibly happy that I am able to just give this a 5-star and move on. I am going to be reading more of The Shadow of the Gods, but I'm also going to be spending more time on The Last Spy Hunter. I haven't really said what The Last Spy Hunter is in this vlog, so I'll go ahead and give a brief synopsis. A demon slayer is guiding a pregnant woman through the forest, so he's like protecting her through this like ghost infested forest that has like demons and stuff in it. And they have to get through because she has a quest, she's got something important to do, and he's like along for the ride. This character, X, is so remarkably like funny and easy to root for. Barely know him, I already love him. There's already been some like really good chemistry and some wild moments. This is an adult book. It has content warnings, it's very adult. Some wild stuff has happened where I was like, I did not see that coming. But it's all been like with a nuance of funniness or angst or I don't know, I just feel excited. I'm going to be listening to some of that as I go to bed. And then I will be reading more of The Shadow of the Gods. I'm really just enjoying reading this physically. Last time, I won't make this mistake again. Last time during Draconathon, I sped read through this. I was feeling really stressed. This time I'm taking my time. If I don't finish this during Draconathon, that's fine. I'll at least be like, what, like 60 60 or 70 or 80% of the way through it. I've already gotten some really good reading in with this, and I'm reading it a lot slower and taking in a lot more. And I really think that some books are meant to be read like that, slowly devoured versus gorged on. You can easily gorge The Last Fire Hunter. I definitely sipped To Shape a Dragon's Breath, but I was sipping frequently. This is something you slowly eat. You slowly devour it, and I'm really enjoying it this time around. Feeling accomplished overall. And yeah, I guess that's the check-in. I don't know. I can't even remember some of my other updates. This month is kind of flying by and I'm kind of freaking out about it, to be perfectly fair. Because after this month is September, and September is the start of school. We're pivoting here. We're no longer talking about dragon books. I have to say, on a writing standpoint, this is the routine I would have if I was a full-time writer. Teaching gives me fuel for life. But if I was to full-time write, this would be my routine. It would be the morning routine. I was about to explain it to you. I have an entire video dedicated to it. It's been so cool. Great. Love it. It's coming to an end and I'm not ready. I'm not ready to give it up. But September is also when my book comes out, and that's not something I really want to speed up. Like I'm not ready. I mean, physically the books are ready. I am not emotionally or mentally prepared. Yeah, no, I'd like to stay in summer. I don't want the heat. I want the weather change, and I don't want anything else. Hi, I should probably start this by telling you that it's 4 a.m. I came out here because I couldn't fall asleep because I was listening to The Last Fire Hunter, and I continued to listen to The Last Fire Hunter, and I have work today. Oh my god, I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to talk loud enough for you to hear me. I'm enunciating, but it's 4 a.m. So like, my partner is asleep. I'm not though. I'm giving this 5 stars. I'm up. I'm up at 4 a.m. Yeah, I'm giving this 5 stars. I wanted to know what happened, and now I do. And it was good. It was really good. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was like silly at some points. I just don't know. I can't think of what I can compare it to. There's probably something, but me right now doesn't know. I just enjoyed myself. I've been enjoying myself most of this month, but like, should I say anything else? It's 4 a.m. I should go to bed. Oh my god, have all my books been 5 stars? Did I have an entire 5-star month? All I have left is The Shadow of the Gods. I don't actually know if it's 5 stars yet, because I'm still only about 50% of the way through. I'm gonna end the vlog here so that I can like get it all edited and everything like that, so I can just focus on reading The Shadow of the Gods. I might be able to finish in time. What day is it? Well, what day was it yesterday? Yeah, I've worked today, so it's Monday. It was Sunday, now it's Monday. What was I saying? I feel drunk. I go to bed at 8:30 and I wake up at 6. This is so messed up. What was I gonna say? It had something to do with Rachel. No, it had to do with me editing the— okay, right. Okay, I'm gonna edit this vlog. It's been a great August. I've really enjoyed Draconathon. I've been having so much fun. Thank you to everyone who participated, and I've been adding so many recommendations on my list. Thank you for the Discord and the live shows. I'm gonna be live with Rachel for the end of Draconathon. I'll link the live show down below. It's already pre-scheduled and everything. Rachel also has sprints coming up later this week. I think maybe the day this video comes out. Either way, I'll link it in case you want to watch it back. It's just been so much fun. If you are doing the spreadsheet for the giveaway, you have time. You have past the end of the month. Me and Soleil will be doing an announcement, so it'll be in September. I should not be doing this right now. We're gonna give people time, and then we're gonna do like a raffle once we have all of the spreadsheets in. Don't feel rushed. Just get it in as soon as Draconathon ends, and then we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in, leave a moon or star emoji because my ass needs to go to bed. Whether you do or not, I hope you're enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are. And until next time, bye! I can't open my eyes.